So you want to move to the UK? Well, that's great. You've come to the absolutely right place. On this channel, that's exactly what we talk about. But for a minute, let's talk about why you want to move to the UK. Is it because of a better way of life? Or is it the weather? Strangely, I'm guessing it's not. Or is it simply because you want to make more money? If it's money, then today is your lucky day because that's what we're talking about. Hi, my name is Ashika, and on this channel, we talk about tips on how to move to the UK. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, please do so. You can also follow me on Instagram at absolutely Ashika. In today's video, we're talking about how much money you can make in the UK, what your expenses look like and your taxes look like, and whether the move is still justified after you deduct all of that. So, for starters, the average full-time salary in 2021 was £31,285 in the UK, and the average salary in London specifically was £39,716. But let's dive down a little further and take a look at how much each industry or sector was paying each of its employees on an average. Financial and insurance industries were leading, paying their employees about £43,508 on an average. Electricity, gas, steam, and air conditioning supply was paying its employees an average of £43,430 per year. Mining and quarrying was paying its employees about £37,567 a year. Information and communication, which is what most of you would probably be interested in, was paying its employees an average of £41,552 a year. And professional, scientific, and technical activities were paying its employees an average of £37,246 a year. So if you already have a background in finance, electricity, gas, and steam, or IT, you are in luck because you fall in the category which pays the highest in the UK. What we just had a look at was how much each of these sectors and industries pays its employees. But if you're going to move to the UK, you're going to be offered a specific role or designation. So let's quickly take a look at which designations make how much money on an average in the UK. No surprises, but the CEOs in the UK make the most money on an average, with about £81,102 a year. Marketing and sales directors are a little behind, with £69,779 on an average a year. Legal professionals make about £69,514 a year, which is really not bad at all. Train and tram drivers make $59,189. Now, I know a lot of people who I speak to are interested in advertising and PR. Advertising and PR directors make about £58,948 a year. Now, even though finance was paying the highest on an average, when it comes to financial managers and financial directors, they aren't really the highest paid job profile in the UK because they make only about $58,028 versus CEOs and marketing directors in the UK. Medical practitioners make about $56,000 on an average per year. Now, the UK is in need of a lot of IT professionals, and hence a lot of visas are offered for IT professionals. The good news, India has a lot of IT professionals who are absolutely brilliant at their jobs and hence have a huge opportunity to move over to the UK. So let's deep dive into how much the IT sector is paying. Now, an IT director or a telecom director on an average makes about £69,814 a year. An analyst makes about £50,775 a year. And IT technology and telecom professionals make about $38,500 a year. You can quickly take a look at all the other numbers listed down over here as well. Software engineers make a lot more. They make about £72,883 a year, putting them at one of the highest brackets. What does this mean for you? This basically means the IT sector is paying you a lot of money in the UK. It also means you can use these figures to try and negotiate a better salary for yourself if you happen to have received an offer. Or if you are waiting to interview with a company in the UK, use this in your favor to negotiate for higher salaries. Medical practitioners make about £56,869 a year. And health service and public health managers and directors make about £50,837 a year. We've also listed down all the other numbers. You can take a look at this at your leisure or take a screenshot for your own reference. Something I read a couple of days ago was that the UK is struggling so much under the strain of COVID because they don't have enough medical professionals, because a lot of them have been deployed towards getting everyone vaccinated, that the system is actually struggling at this point, which presents an absolutely massive opportunity if you belong to the medical sector. So you probably might want to do a little digging around into how you can move to the UK to become a medical practitioner here. Now, moving on to financial institutions. A financial institution manager or director makes about, on an average, £58,028 a year, and financial directors make about 57,000. Financial analysts, on the other hand, make about 37,000. Now, when it comes to marketing, there are some absolutely great agencies based out of the UK. And what's better, there are some really good companies, which are global companies, that have branches in London, Reading, and so forth. So, what does that mean for you if you are interested in applying for a career in marketing in the UK, or if you want to make a move from your existing company to the UK? Marketing directors on an average make about £80,000 in the UK, which is pretty decent if you ask me. PR professionals make about 33,000, marketing associate professionals make about 28,000, and creative directors make about 39,000. Graphic designers make about 29,000 on an average. When it comes to HR directors make about 49,000, the industry relations officers make about 29,000, and human resources administrative occupations make about 21,000 a year. I've also left a list of other popular careers in the UK and how much they pay on an average. But if the job profile you're looking for doesn't fall in this list and you'd like to know how much you can get paid on an average in the UK, do leave me a comment below in the comment section and I'll do my best to help you out. So, for the same job profile, can you expect the same amount of money if you're working in London versus any other city? The short answer, no. In some categories, London is the highest paymaster for all of their jobs, but in others, it's clearly not London. Let's take a look. So, a software engineer makes about 44,000 per year. But if you look closely, London pays you a lot higher. London pays about £60,000 a year, shortly followed by Cambridge, which pays about £48,000 a year. But Manchester, Leeds, Bristol all pay a lot less. So if you are a software engineer and you are looking to move to the UK, your best bet would be to look for jobs in London specifically. Similarly with software architects. The average base salary for software architects in the UK is about 72,833. And once again, London is the highest paymaster, paying approximately £83,000 a year, versus a Bristol, which pays only £62,000 a year. When it comes to marketing managers, the average base salary a marketing manager makes in the UK is about £37,000 a year. And, like with the case of IT, London pays you the highest with £42,000 a year. A Birmingham, for instance, pays you only £36,000 a year versus London. But when it comes to the case of marketing directors, with an average base salary of £72,000 a year, Manchester seems to be paying a lot more than London. Manchester pays its marketing directors an average of £87,000 a year versus London, which pays about £76,000 a year. Reading, on the other hand, considering it's not a very big city, pays only £60,000 a year. The average base salary for a medical practitioner in the UK is about £56,869 per year. And like you can see, London is one of the least paymasters. Chelmsford, Crawley, and Kingston upon the Hull pay a lot more. Chelmsford pays about £99,000 a year, Crawley pays about £83,000 a year, and Kingston upon the Hull pays about £75,000 a year. So if you are a medical practitioner and you are looking to move to the UK, London should not be very high on your list. If you haven't seen the video I've put out on registering with the GP, click on the link above. So now that you have an approximate idea of how much you can make in the UK for your particular job profile, let's look at how much you can take home. Basically, how much are you going to pay in tax? If you have a personal allowance of up to £12,570, you don't pay any income tax. But from £12,571 to £50,270, there's a flat 20% tax rate on your income. When you go higher, from £50,271 to £150,000, you pay about 40% in tax. and over 150,000 you pay 45% in tax. So what does that mean for you? Take the instance of a software architect who earns £72,833 a year. His take home or her take home is going to be £50,932 a year. And this is a quick breakup of how much you pay in income tax. On a yearly basis, you'll pay about $16,565 in tax. Apart from that, there's also your national insurance. So eventually, your take home for 2021 is about £50,932. What does that mean on a monthly basis? That means you're taking home about £4,244 per month. If you want to check how much your take home is going to be, hop over to the website called the Salary Calculator, and it will give you a breakdown on a yearly, monthly, and a weekly basis on how much you're going to take home every day. I've added a link in the description box below. So how does the salary being offered to you compare with the other salaries in the UK? And is it enough for you to live comfortably? Let's take a look. On an average, if you are living by yourself in the UK and if you choose to live in London, you'd need an average salary of about 30,000 per year. So how much money do you need to earn if you'd like to buy a house in the UK? Obviously, with London being the most expensive city, it also means you'd need to earn the highest if you want to buy a house in London, with approximately needing to earn 77,000 if you want to buy a house. On the other hand, Stoke-on-Trent, for instance, you require to earn only 12,000 to buy a house. So let's further break this down. If you'd like to buy a flat in London, on an average, you need to be making £77,000 a year. If you'd like to buy a row house, you'd need to make about £91,000 a year. If you'd like to buy a semi-detached house, you'd need to make about £104,000 a year. And if you'd like a detached house, you'd need to make approximately £160,000 a year. So is this the rate across all cities? Absolutely not. In Manchester, for instance, if you'd like to buy a flat, you need to make a salary of £29,000, which is starkly different from how much you need to make in London. If you'd like to buy an individual house, you need to make £59,000 only. So if you are looking at investing in property, London is obviously not the best fit. You may want to look around in other cities. Reading, for instance, allows you to buy a flat if you're making an income of £36,000 a year. And if you'd like to buy a detached house, it's looking at about £101,000 a year. So what makes a good salary in the UK? If you're looking to buy a house or a car in the UK, the average you need to make per month is a minimum of £3,000. In London, for instance, a very good salary is about £70,000, but in other places it comes down to about £50,000. So it also depends on where you live. If you live in the north, £35,000 is the minimum salary that is considered a decent salary. And in the south, £60,000 is considered to be the minimum. Ideally, you want to make about £45,000. So that's it. It was a very informative and heavy video today, but I do hope it has helped you. Let me know in the comments below if this video has helped you or if you have any specific questions on how much you can earn in the UK, and I will try my best to help you out. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, please do so. And if you feel this video has helped you, give me a like and share this with your friends. Thanks again for watching. Bye-bye.